Warning: Channel Robozoid contains adult language, adult content, strong opinions, and verbal brutality. Viewer discretion is advised. This, of course, is the Robozoid, and as you've probably heard by now, there was an assassination attempt on President Trump's life, the third assassination attempt. It was pretty much done by the assassin was not exactly identified by the media, because I've got a funny feeling that the assassin was a person who was, let us say, not white. If he was white, they probably would have plastered his picture all over the place, on every social media form, on every TV screen. But they didn't, so I'm assuming that he was probably a person of color. I hate that term, by the way. But nevertheless, there has been an assassination attempt, the third one, on President Trump's life. The only one who seemed to be hit was a Secret Serviceman, and apparently the bullets missed Trump by pretty much, I don't know how much distance, but nevertheless, this was a very serious assassination attempt during the White House Correspondence dinner, which Trump usually never attends because, let's face it, these things are loaded with press people that just hate Trump's guts anyway. But we have so much news coverage to talk about and get into. So let's start right about now with these following news clips here. I swear you will get no interruptions from me unless I feel like it. There he is, he's on stage. Yeah. You can clearly see everybody's in a panic. They gotta rush him off. Yeah, they gotta rush him out of there.
A little while later,
the Secret Service has a person in custody after shots were fired at the Correspondence dinner. We are now just learning details. It is all brand new. Let's bring in John Roberts. He's on the phone with me right now. John, what can you tell us more about this shooting?
Well, it didn't appear to actually occur inside the ballroom where we're all assembled for this dinner. The president up on the dais along with...
That's not the ballroom nobody asked for, is it?
A number of other dignitaries, and of course, literally every member of the cabinet inside the room, a lot of them sitting with us here at Fox. All we heard was the sudden rushing and commotion, and the Secret Service and all of the various agencies that protect people like Speaker Mike Johnson, who is here, came rushing into the room. People were told to get down. They started taking the protectees out. The president was whisked out of here in a heartbeat, along with everybody else who was on the head table up on the dais. It doesn't appear that anything happened inside the room. I'm hearing reports from inside the room here that if there were shots fired, it was outside of the room. But out of an abundance of caution, obviously, because you don't know if it's a single person or if there may be others attached to whatever happened, that they got everybody out of here. I've been to so many of these Correspondence Association dinners, nothing even remotely like this has ever happened.
Talking about the White House Correspondence Center, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's why I am not in that room tonight, even though I was invited, because I don't want to sit in a room and pretend it's normal and sit
Who would invite you?
In black tie and ball gowns, pretending that this is normal when it's not. This is not normal Republican versus Democratic politics.
I'd say that is pretty normal. You're just an abnormal homo.
They are trying to kill the First Amendment. They don't believe in the First Amendment. They don't believe in
Neither do you.
Otherwise, they would not be arresting reporters. They would not be searching their homes. They would not be taking their cell phones.
To rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
I'm at the Washington Hilton. I've been taken out of the main ballroom after the sound of the shots fired. The Secret Service is now in charge of this building, this hotel. I just spoke to Mayor Muriel Bowser. She is on her way, and Chief Jeffrey Carroll is on his way. He will be in charge.
Who cares about Mayor Bowser?
Hey, John,
she is a Bowser.
Nobody knows what's going on, but you'll see there are people literally hiding under tables inside the ballroom of the Washington Center. We have seen many different security officers, some of them climbing over the chairs in order to get through this room. There are some people starting to stand up. I see some people walking out. You can see this is the center of the ballroom, the center hall. People walking out now.
This commotion happened very suddenly.
You lispy voice,
People dropping to the
Baldy.
ground, some still hiding behind tables. Some chairs, and people now getting up. One person injured, it appears limping with a, something on his leg, maybe from the commotion, okay? People that were very shocked as they were falling to the ground, trying to seek shelter under the table.
Maybe 50 feet from the stage where the president was up there, the First Lady Melania Trump.
Here for now.
Security is telling us that everything's okay. The shooter, there was a shooter? 1 second, guys, I'm literally, what happened?
We're trying to identify it now.
Where was the shooter?
I don't know why it has to be CNN. They're usually hoping the president gets shot.
All right, control. All right, guys. I just want you to know, this is not verified. We're just listening to what's happening right now. But we have security around us, and it's Secret Service because there's a lot of members of the administration here. The Secretary of Education is seated right next to me, and her security just confirmed that there was a shooter in the lobby. It's not clear where. Obviously, it's a very big hotel. In the lobby of the Hilton. They said he is confirmed dead.
Are you able to hear us? I'd love to hear what your perspective is and what you can tell us.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. It's very, very worrisome what happened. Just coincidentally, after they served the appetizers, I walked out to simply go to the men's room. But you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden, I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there. But it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area. And all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grab me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where it was safe. And there are about 15 other men who are stuck in there, and they won't let them out. And that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out, and I'm out now. I'm not back in the ballroom, but everything is apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, a guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon, he starts shooting, and I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And of course, the first thing that went through my mind is he trying to shoot me. And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was very close to him as the gunshots were fired. And it was very, very scary. But
Yeah, Wolfie Blitzer, the department store dummy with no genitals. He would have loved it very much if the bullets had hit Trump, wouldn't he? He would have loved that because he's so blatant in his Trump derangement syndrome that it wouldn't have mattered to him one way or another if the bullets had actually hit him. But, of course, you got to show polite discourse, even on the news, even if you don't particularly like Trump's guts, per se. I mean, of course, you know that a lot of the Hollywood vermin are going to make fun of this whole thing and say, oh, once again, too bad he didn't miss. You know, like the tenacious twerps did, like the tenacious dorks did. And, of course, they ended up having to break up because of it. And, of course, well, you're going to have the celebrity morons. I'm going to leap out of the woodwork to basically say, oh, what a shame the assassin didn't miss. Or what a shame not a single bullet hit him. What a shame not even a bullet grazed his ear this time. Yeah, you're going to get that, of course, from the predictable left-wing media and the predictable Hollywood vermin. Just you wait and see. But in the meantime, I guess the show must go on. So Trump decided to continue the White House Correspondence dinner. And, well, I guess things went this way.
And the last thing I can tell you is that, you know, the White House does not want him to go back, but... I'm sorry, what?
I think they were losing signal there.
And anyway, the president does want to go back. The shooter took a shot at a Secret Service member just at the ballroom, which, Kevin, you raise a good point. How did he get it to that point? The agent returned fire. Nobody knows for sure at this moment whether he's alive or dead. And
no, he's alive, and unfortunately...
What I can tell you for sure is that this
unfortunately, they're recommending counseling for him when they should put him to death.
Magtometer closest to the front door, and and took a shot at a uniform division.
Wow, even Fox News is bad at reporting this stuff.
At that point, we don't
Forget
know
them.
of him for sure. We do know the president was escorted to safety. Everybody in the room, I'm told, the White House does not want him to go back, but...
Oh, they lost connection?
I'm sorry, what? I'm having a hard time hearing. And anyway, the president does want to go back. The shooter took
Of course he wants to go back. He wants to act like nothing happened.
Just at the ballroom, which, Kevin, you raise a good point. How did he get it to that point? The agent returned fire. Nobody knows for sure at this moment whether he's alive or dead. And then it's created chaos.
I'm sure he's alive and he's likely to get counseling as opposed to what he should be getting, the death penalty.
Multiple shots at the closest magtometer.
Man, you guys are just as bad at this as MSNBC is, or CNN, whoever. Who cares? God, can't you even identify the assassin? We know who the assassin was. It was a California University professor turned crazy, which really nothing has changed. Turn it off. I can't listen anymore. I can't listen to this crap anymore. I mean, Jesus. Fox Noise, CNN, what's the difference anymore? They're not reporting accurately. Just say who the assassin was. Show his picture if you have any intestinal fortitude at all. But I don't think you do. You have no intestinal fortitude. You can't even say what the skin color of the would-be assassin was. I mean, you're forgetting Trump nearly got assassinated 3 times here, and you can't even identify the assassin. We don't know whether he's alive or dead. You're a fraud, okay? You're not doing your job. You're just not. I mean, Jesus. I expect this kind of shit from CNN or from PMSNBC, but you Fox Noise people, I mean, get to the fucking gig already. I mean, get to the point already. Jesus, we know that this guy was a failed California University professor turned crazy who was out to get President Trump. You wouldn't identify the skin color or race of the guy. He probably was a black guy. We don't know. A lot of guilty white liberals out there. It could be the same deal. But get to the point. Get to the point, update your story and find better sources that know a lot more than you people do. God, no one in the news media is different. They're all the same as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we'll have more details on this shit as it unfolds, of course, but Trump insisted on going on with the show, even though he was advised not to. But Trump, he's kind of like a spoiled kid. You tell him he can't have something, he just wants it even more, and he'll find a way to get it. This is not a slight against Trump, it's just a fact. And it's also a fact that this has been the Robazoid saying, I hope you have enjoyed this video, or not. I hope you've learned something from this video at least, and remember that wokeness is weakness, and we'll have more developments. Look for Monday memes tomorrow, because we got to keep our spirits up. And above all else, what should I say? Be here or be absolutely nowhere. And if you're nowhere, you're not going to learn anything new.